Okay, just a real quick video on how to install some more apps onto your smartboard for use of the community. Once you have your smartboard up and running, when you go into your Windows button here, you'll have this icon that looks like a shopping bag. If you press your finger on that or use your mouse, you can drag it down here into your toolbar and it'll be there all the time. That way when you're trying to search for things, you don't have to dig so much or keep going back and forth. You're going to be able to see it. All right, so easy way to start putting some applications and games onto your smartboard. So simply go into the search button, search bar, which is up at the top, and you can type in anything. I'm going to move my smartboard sign temporarily. All right, so I'm going to type in math. So when you're looking for a variety of applications to use on your smartboard for group games, individual games, whether it's a cognitive exercise, a physical game, or just for fun, you want to kind of look at everything and have a variety. Don't shy away from things such as math. Those are great to have as well. So math is really one of those things a lot of people don't like growing up, but it's a fabulous exercise that goes along with our neuroplasticity, and it works beautifully with cognitive stimulation sessions. So I've clicked on the math, and I clicked on more applications, so we'll look and see what we got here to add. Classic Sudoku. Sudoku, I used to play it with a group of residents in assisted living on a big board, kind of like our whiteboards. It was super fun for the group to do, and it would usually take us quite a while as a group to do it. You can add it to your board. If it comes up and says use across your devices, just hit no thanks, because we're only having our smartboard set up with one device. When you log in, if you have multiple smartboards in your community, do not tie them together. You want them to function independently of each other, especially when it comes to having Gmail and YouTube. You can't play YouTube on two devices at the same time. It will kick one of them out. All right, so I installed it on my board. You saw it flash up in the corner where it said it was now installed. So once it's installed, you simply go back into your Windows button, and there it is in my recently added. You can take your mouse or your fingers and drag it onto your desktop. And with this one, I started a number section on the board. What works really well is organizing your board by type of objects. Whether it is a PowerPoint game that you can get from the virtual library. Those PowerPoint games are ones I created specifically to use for this board. And I will go through a couple of those. In our next session, I'm going to show you how to run PowerPoint games through this board. Classic arcade games is my next section I've been starting to put together. Card games such as solitaire, there's Uno on here. Everything that you can play on the table, you can actually add to your board too. Math games, picture games. These are find it games, find the difference, find the cat, hidden objects. And then connect, kind of like Mahjong. Word games, so I've got word search, guess the word picks, hangman, tic-tac-toe, Scrabble. So these are also word games here. Scrabble, and then connect words. Adult coloring, I've got pixel and circle art, jigsaw puzzles, which are fun to put up and put music behind them and let them run. Sorting activities like bubble sort, jelly shifts, balloon paradise, Candy Crush, Connect 4, marble maze, you name it, I've found ways to add them to our boards. And on the right hand side, I have the link to the Gmail account I set up for the board. Whenever you get ready to add your Gmail, once you set up your Gmail account, when you go into the search bar here, if you just highlight it And it's better to use your mouse to do this. Highlight it, drag and drop it onto your desktop, then you'll always have it. I also have, in each of your smartboards, your Gmail account should say smartboard and the community name. If you have more than one, you'll have smartboard community name 1, then smartboard community name 2. Different Gmail accounts, like I said. So Gmail account setup, YouTube, I leave a link to YouTube on the board. This will help kind of control what the residents are watching. You do not definitely want to install Netflix on your board because it is very hard to control what they're watching. But with YouTube, you can specifically design playlists for them. You can also, if you're looking for newer movies, you want to have a movie night with residents or an event on the weekends, you can also purchase them on YouTube. They're pretty inexpensive. I've paid a couple dollars at most for movies. They're classic movies. I've also installed this website that is called explore.org. It is live cameras, live wildlife cameras. So this one is Africa, and it's night there, but on the screen you see the little lions all hanging out at night, see their eyes glowing in the dark. So these live wildlife cams are great environmental stimulant. You can put a camera on, and I'll show you how to layer music over it. So you can have music playing, and it's something cool the residents can just have going on in their environment as a stimulation all the time between being used. Okay. And TED Talks. I installed TED Talks. Once you have a Gmail account set up, you can also set up a TED Talks account, and you can create playlists on TED Talks too. One of the reasons why I really like TED Talks for lifelong learning and connect activities is that they're very short, most of them, and the subject matter and the speakers are usually pretty engaging, and they're fun to watch some of the cool things that residents may not be aware of existing. You want to be careful and don't always play TED Talks roulette. You want to be specific in what you're picking for the residents to watch to make sure the subject matter is something that's going to hold their interest, is appropriate. I found a lot of the stuff about nature, inspiration, some of the spiritual things, and science, and even world history has been kind of interesting to small groups of people. All right, so that's pretty much how to start with the apps on the board. I'm going to shoot another series of using some of the apps to show you how to do it. Talk to you soon.